Welcome back. I hope everybody has had a good time leading up to this point. We are almost to spring, and I don't know about where you are, but here in the Midwest we had pretty much the most uneventful winter you can have. But just going before that, we're getting the site ready here, and me and my uncle are clearing out trees from the bank of the pond, which is going to face the back porch. And of course we want to have a much better view there. So, I've learned a few lessons in my life. The number one lesson that I've learned is never second guess yourself. Or maybe that's the second lesson I've learned. I don't know, anyway. But a great lesson to learn is when you're trying to pull big trees out with a chain, you gotta tie to the biggest part of the tree, otherwise you pull out these dinky little limbs, like what I've got here. It's okay, I'll figure it out. Take a good look at that guy. It's a guy who's about to find out that he's got the worst case of poison ivy he's ever had in his life. And he's gonna get it in 3, 2, there we go. But anyway, the tree gets tied onto pretty well. Now backhoes are good at a lot of things, but the way that they're balanced, it's for digging. So you'll find when you try and pull these big things out, it's not as easy as a regular tractor. A backhoe is much heavier and more powerful than a regular tractor, but the way that they are weighted and balanced, it's for digging and stability, not for pulling. So it's going to take a whole lot of tries, but never give up. No matter how big of a rut you have to dig in the yard, one way or another you'll get it out. And for about a solid week, it looked like this, just clearing the land. Right here, we've got a few stumps in the way where I'm going to be putting a whole lot of the excavated dirt. And this spot is going to be something that we want to be clear later on when the house is finished. So we're just using the backhoe here to pull out the stumps. Each stump I pulled out over here, I'm pretty sure the root system goes down to at least Albuquerque, New Mexico. Okay, now, for all those who have already feverishly typed in the comments that I was wrong about the fall of the leach field, I know, you're right. Congratulations. The leach field is supposed to be level from end to end, and it can curve. I did know it could curve, especially with the chambers. So, I came up here, I got my report back from Franklin County Health. I gotta have 5 lines 92 feet long. Look here. Septic tank over here next to the bedroom, next to the big hole. Gravity feed over here to the D box. We're more than 50 feet from the pond, just barely. And then I have to follow the contour. I don't know if you can see this on video, all the flags. So I started at each line. It took me a little bit of trial and error. But I went and shot grade, level grade. You gotta kind of go up and down the contour a little bit. 92 feet, so I got one. They have to be 8 feet apart, center to center. Did the same thing. I've got 5 lines marked out, graded, on grade. I might have a gravity fed septic system. No dosing, no pump. That is going to be a big relief to me, because that's easy to put in. I'm getting my certification on Monday, this is Thursday. So Monday morning, going to Franklin County Health, taking my test. Ooh, I hope I pass. Yeah, so I found out in order to install even your own septic system on your own land, you still have to be certified by the health department. More on that in a bit. But right here, I'm measuring out everything because I have to make a septic drawing layout with accurate measurements on it. And it's just hand drawn. It's nothing fancy. You don't need any software for it. I just used graph paper. It doesn't even have to be drawn to scale. But you have to show all of your leach lines. You have to show your perimeter drain. You have to show all of your distances from the house. And we have a pond on site, so that makes a big difference. You have to be a certain distance away from any type of natural water or groundwater. So I'm just taking a whole lot of measurements here, making sure I have it all right.
It's Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Thursday. Thursday morning, September the 1st, 2022. I'm on my way back to Brookville to get my septic installer's certification. So this is a knowledge exam that you have to take. I don't know how long it is. I asked the guy, is it like on a computer, is it multiple choice? And his response was, well, we're old school, it's handwritten. I don't know if that means I have to, like, it's not multiple choice, I've got to write out the correct answer. Those are terrible tests. I should do okay. It's an open book test, like you'll have the code book in front of you. You can look up the answer. So the guy said it should take 45 minutes to an hour, so that makes me think, you know, I don't know, 50, 60 questions, maybe less, but we'll see. So off to Brookville.
I had studied for this pretty intensively. I found some stuff online that happened to be from the state of Indiana, and all the questions on the test were on those practice tests, but it was pretty difficult. We'll find out if I passed later. Next step is I want to prepare some of the land off to the side of the house that is low-lying and has some water drainage problems, because I want to put all of the fill from my basement into that area to make it some higher area. So we went over to a supplier in town where they also rent equipment, and we might be renting some of that equipment later. Brought the trailer in, and we're going to be getting two 100-foot, 4-inch drain lines. All right, so here's what we got. We got 200 feet of drainage line with the sock. It's more than enough. We gotta take the shovel and even this out. Shoot the grade one more time, make sure we got fall the whole way. If nothing else, these time-lapse photos, if you haven't heard me say it before, I love the flat Midwest country with a time-lapse video, and you can see the clouds move across the sky. That'll never get old. My idea is that this perforated line will run the length of the lowest spot here on this area and will help water drain, groundwater drain towards the pond. I dug this trench with the backhoe and the 1-foot wide bucket. So we got to join these two pieces together with a coupler, and that's what we're going to do here. You just got to pull the sock back on both ends. Okay, the coupler got to be the right size for your pipe. Coupler just goes in there and it's got to snap in place, and I'm sure there's a procedure to do this. Experts are watching me do it this way going, man, why are you doing that? I don't know.
Try to click it in place in these coordinated spots. And this would be good pressing it out. And of course, while you're doing it, is when you're sweating the most. And sweat's getting in your eyes. Now we're done, let's cross that hit. Sweat out here.
What is he doing? You dummy. All right, less brute force. Now we just got to do the other side. Make sure it's good and straight. Best we can. Okay, completely joined together. So I'm going to roll one of the socks back, extend this sock all the way, is pretty far, and then up over top. And you're joined together. And that's how you join together the two lengths of pipe.
After a few days of rain, I found out that my initial idea of running the tile short wasn't going to work. It just got too soggy down there at the end. So I had to dig it the rest of the way, all the way down to the pond. And I was able to do that, and again, this was soggy ground. I couldn't get the backhoe very close on these days where it was really wet. So I had to dig the rest of it, which was about 5 feet, by hand. So that's what I'm doing here. And we're going to run the rest of the line all the way to the pond.
And hopefully I do a better job than before. There we go. Now this piece on the coupler. This is the harder one to do. It's really wet and muddy and nasty in here. And that is what we want to make sure drains all the way to the pond.
And there's the finished product, and we'll see if it works later on. Thanks for watching.
You're not even my dog. Sit. Roll over. Oh, yeah.